Hello. In this video, going to be covering this new ring that was released in this patch called the Coiling Whisper. The purpose of this ring is to generate Soul Eater stacks, which grants 5% attack speed and cast speed per stack, up to 45 stacks. If you hold Alt while hovering over the ring, you can see the descriptions. But yeah, so you need to have a curse on the enemy, and you need that curse to expire or be close to expiring. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this. Been trying to automate it, I guess. It's pretty easy to do it manually, but automating it requires more investment. One of the techs to do the automation is a Bladefall of Trathus, a new gem, which consumes some of your mana per second and drops blade volleys. I just activated mine. The blade volleys increase in frequency based on your max mana. So for this character, we want as little mana as possible. There's different ways to achieve that, but ideally your blade volley falls every 0.65 seconds. Ideally that is slightly above your curse duration. Mine is slightly below at 0.65 for the Bladefall versus 0.69 for the curse, which actually works because it takes a bit for the Bladefall to fall down. And the curse expires, or it gets to 90% during that duration. But yeah, so we have Temporal Chains. It's the ideal curse. It has the lowest duration. Keep it at level 1. Less duration support. You do need this pretty high, like qualityed and leveled. And then Hex Touch level 1 is also very important for the 50% reduced duration. With all of these, Temporal Chains lasts pretty much exactly where we want it. Reducing it lower would be better, but it requires more investment. So on the tree, I needed to take these nodes, unfortunately. So the pathing, it's not too far from my usual pathing, but for some builds, it could be a real pain getting to these. So you might not be able to use the tech, depending on it, or you would have to get like a Impossible Escape Magebane, which are extremely expensive right now, probably because of this tech. But yeah, filled out this whole wheel and the duration mastery for less skill effect duration. And actually that was still not enough. I also need another 10% reduced skill effect duration. And I'm not actually using this ring. It's just for testing purposes. I'm probably going to allocate this Hasty Demise new passive point to achieve that. But yeah, I'll showcase now what it looks like and explain how you can test if your setup is working or not. You can see my Soul Eater stacks going up. They fill up pretty fast, no matter the situation, because you get power depending on the type of enemy. So on unique enemies, you get 20 power per curse that expires. So yeah, we're at maximum stacks right now. 225% cast speed currently. I was hoping the boss wouldn't die too fast there. I have Explode, so it's messing things up. But yeah, without the ring, you can see that my Soul Eater stacks aren't actually going up that fast right now. I'll take off the Explode Wand to better portray it. So yeah, they're not really going up right now because of what I was talking about earlier. The curse isn't expiring before the next Bladefall hits. You can get around this by like walking around the mobs, going in, like having the Bladefall fall out of there where they're at. So I go in, I walk away, curse is expired, and you can keep doing that. It actually works out during boss fights, I noticed, because you're moving around a lot, and the boss is like outside of your curse. It happens pretty often, so if you don't want to do all of the skill tree investment and stuff, definitely experiment where you actually want your souls to stack up. If you're okay with it just being in the boss rooms and your character moves around a lot during the boss fights, then you can get away with less skill effect, reduced skill effect duration. This mob right here is actually a good showcase for the tech. I'm gonna get rid of my golems. Okay. So yeah, Soul Eater stacks are going down right now. I don't have my ring in. When I put my ring on, stacks are gonna start going up. And this is what I talked about earlier, with curse expiring before the Bladefall actually hits again and reapplies the curse. So yeah, these rings are really nice to test it with. You can get up to 20% reduced skill effect duration. So if you want to see how much reduced skill effect duration you need, just grab a couple of these rings, maybe the amulet as well that reduces it, and you can start testing the breakpoints. Now I'll go into different ways to apply the curses and getting stacks. I have these temporal chain gloves right here, and supposedly on kill the curses expire and then they count towards this. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, we can see my curse is going up, my Soul Eater stack's going up. My Bladefall is not currently going, it's disabled right now. So the temporal chains, once it expires on the corpses, your Soul Eater stacks will go up. Though it is going up quite slow. So I have got to some tankier mobs and I cleared some of them. It looks like I'll probably have to look into the interaction a little more, but I have full Soul Eater stacks right now with just the temporal chains gloves on. Not 100% sure how it works. Right now they're going down again. I think there needs to be a corpse on the ground. And that corpse will apply curses to the mobs. I'll try and explain it better through a text or something, description. But right now this is another option to get your stacks up You just need the gloves. So if you're okay with wearing these gloves, if you need like a source of explode, that's another option. I don't think they'll apply that well on bosses though. I opened up another map and I'm just gonna run through it. See if the Soul Eater stacks go up. I'm at 17 right now, 20. I don't have Bladefall going or anything, it's just the gloves. $16. Also, this is a low tier map. That might make a difference. Maybe, maybe not. 14. Okay, we're at 40. Okay, yeah. So it does work pretty well. These gloves, it actually works better than the Bladefall tech for sustaining souls in the map. Usually mobs will die too fast for the Bladefall to actually do anything. So this is a really good way to get souls while mapping. If you're okay with using temp change gloves. For other ways to apply this automatically, Manaforged arrows, any bow users are going to have a pretty easy time applying it. You just need to have it where the curse expires before your next Manaforged arrows procs. So it's going to require some adjustment, but it should be easier to do than with the Bladefall tech. Okay. So there's one other thing I wanted to go over, and it's like OP usages, super OP interactions with this ring. This helmet right here, I think, is gonna be one of the most OP things. Your increases to cast speed also apply to attack speed. So with 45 stacks of Soul Eater, we would get 225 attack speed and cast speed. So that would be 500% attack speed. You will have to use some sort of totems, attack type totems with this helmet, but I think some crazy things are going to happen there. I'm sure they're actually already out. Someone's probably made something with this helmet and this ring. So keep an eye out for those, or go ahead and cook your own builds, because that's going to be crazy. Okay. That's going to be about all. The ring has been fluctuating in price. I got mine for like 20C. These listings right here, I did try and buy one a while back. And I had to whisper like 50 people. So it says 15 chaos about, but you may or may not be able to acquire one for that cheap. It is a very common drop. But it's very popular as well, so you might have to pay. You shouldn't have to pay more than 50C, I don't think, but yeah. It's a really strong ring, and it's going to fit into a lot of different builds. I'll try and cover any other interactions that pop up, not in another video, but in like the description or some sort of text formatting. I just wanted to showcase the ring and the interaction that I'm trying to use with my Forbidden Rite build at the moment. And I will try and get a Forbidden Rite video out today. I have a few more things to record and stuff and all that, so no promises, but I will try. Thanks for watching, everyone, and good luck.